Don't make the same mistake as Cristiano Leo. Argentina legend Messi should end international career on a high rather than risk becoming a laughingstock like Ronaldo. Hello fans, what's popping? Welcome to Celeb Buzz, where we bring to you your favorite celebrity gossips. If it's your first time here, please kindly click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Thanks. The Argentine has now won 3 major international titles in 3 years, but it's clear that his body is starting to betray him. Whether it's been knowing the exact split second to play a perfectly weighted pass through to a teammate or arriving right on cue to convert a cutback from Jordi Alba, Lionel Messi has always demonstrated an impeccable sense of timing throughout his playing career. It, thus, came as something of a surprise when he decided against retiring from international football after the 2022 World Cup. Messi had just completed the beautiful game in Qatar, removing all doubt over his status as the greatest player in history by inspiring Argentina with one dazzling display of his genius after another. After suffering so much misery with the Albiceleste, he had achieved the happiest of endings. Messi wasn't done, though. Having won a Copa America and then the World Cup, the pressure was finally off. The man left so traumatized by 3 consecutive tournament final defeats with Argentina was now having so much fun with the Albiceleste that he didn't want to walk away. He'd experienced the ultimate moment of glory. Now he intended to bask in it. "I love football and what I do," he explained. "I enjoy being part of the national team, the group. I would like to enjoy a couple more matches as a world champion." He's done far more than that. On Sunday, some 18 months after his GOAT coronation in Qatar, Messi made more history, leading Argentina to a second consecutive Copa America triumph. A man once ridiculed for his supposed lack of leadership skills and an alleged inability to reproduce his club form for his country will now go down as one of the most successful captains the international game has ever seen. He's also become the most decorated player of all time, with 45 trophies. Will he try for one more, though? Messi has just turned 37, but the next World Cup is only 2 years away. At 39, he'd hardly be the oldest player ever to feature at the finals, and it's clear that there's still some magic left in that left boot. Truth be told, though, it would be a mistake for Messi to continue until 2026. His legacy may already be secure, but why risk tarnishing it? Why even put himself in a position where he might end up looking as foolish as Cristiano Ronaldo? Messi and Ronaldo are obviously completely different characters. That's been evident throughout their stellar careers. But they both clearly have an insatiable thirst for success. It's part of the reason why they've been so successful. However, Ronaldo's relentlessness has long since become a problem for Portugal. The 5-time Ballon d'Or winner has been blinded by his unwavering self-belief in his own abilities. It was obvious to everyone else that he should have just stayed in Saudi Arabia after his calamitous World Cup campaign in Qatar, but evidently, not a single member of his entourage advised him to walk away, and he ended up starring in another though in Germany this summer. Roberto Martinez must take a significant share of the blame here for indulging his superstar striker to such a ludicrous degree. The spineless Spaniard essentially put the interest of one individual ahead of the team, and his cowardice cost the incredibly talented Selecao a glorious shot at victory, with Ronaldo enduring a historically bad Euros as Portugal were eliminated in the quarterfinals by an awful France team, with Diogo Jota and Goncalo Ramos joined on the bench by Bruno Fernandes and Rafael Leo by the end of the game. However, Ronaldo's unwillingness to bring the curtain down on his career after Qatar, or even just accept a supporting role in Germany, left him wide open to the criticism and mockery that followed. By the end of the tournament, one of the most prolific players of all time had become a laughingstock, with crying Cristiano, the subject of a million mean-spirited memes. No true football fan wants to see such a fate befall Messi. While seeing Ronaldo embarrass himself at the Euros was terribly tough to watch, he's a legend of the game after all. It was utterly unsurprising to see him so stubbornly refuse to admit defeat in the always futile battle with Father Time. He may be a serial winner, but he's always been a terrible loser. Furthermore, in Ronaldo's eyes, the game is only really about glory of the personal variety. So it was inevitable that Portugal's campaign would become all about their self-absorbed skipper. Messi, for all his individual excellence and talismanic qualities, is a team player. Like Ronaldo, he has also always dominated the narrative around his national team for nearly 2 decades, But it's telling that each and every one of his teammates was privately and publicly pleading with the number 10 to continue after the World Cup. Emiliano Martinez famously described the players as lions who fight for Messi, and, as Julian Alvarez admitted ahead of the Copa America, the entire squad was delighted to still have their beloved captain on board because he just makes everything better. However, while it's clear that Messi's influence over and popularity within the Argentine squad remains as strong as ever, it's also undeniably that his superpowers are showing signs of fading. Only James Rodriguez, 20, created more chances, 14, than him at the Copa America, while the Inter Miami ace also ranked 4th for dribbles completed, 12, which is not bad, but not Messi. Or, at least, not the Messi that, just 2 years ago, dominated a World Cup like no other player since Diego Maradona in 1986. He just wasn't his usual decisive self in the United States, contributing just 1 goal and 1 assist in 5 appearances, which is why he's dropped out of Goal's world-class club in 2024. Of course, his fitness was a factor, with Messi sitting out 1 group game against Peru and being forced out of the final with a swollen ankle, but therein lies the problem, and indeed the danger of playing on for another couple of years. As any MLS follower will tell you, injuries are becoming an increasing issue for Messi. He is missing more and more matches, and with a variety of ailments. It's also highly unlikely that things will get any easier for him in the coming seasons. MLS might not be as physically demanding as one of Europe's Big 5 leagues, but the competition is intense and the schedule punishing. Messi is, of course, loving life in Miami, where he's surrounded by family and friends, many of whom used to play for Barcelona. His only current objective, he says, is to keep living day by day. While he understandably doesn't want to look too far ahead, he's insisted that he's very self-critical and that he won't hesitate to retire the moment he feels like he's no longer helping his teammates. However, Messi has also repeatedly stated that he will continue competing as long as he feels good, not least because he says he will miss so many little details about playing the sport he loves. The 8-time Ballon d'Or winner has certainly earned the right to decide when it's time to call it quits, and nobody wants to see him stop playing just yet. But there's no shaking the suspicion that 2026 would be a step too far. Time is taking a toll on his body. The injury that brought a premature end to his Copa America final reduced him to tears. As you grow old, he recently said, things become more difficult. He'll find it terribly tough to walk away from the national team, of course. The mere idea has long tormented him. The fear that everything's going to be over, he explained to ESPN Argentina, it's always there. However, the fear of making the same mistake as Ronaldo should be just as great. Messi no longer has the pace he once had. Age is catching up with him. Here's hoping that he hasn't lost that impeccable sense of timing.